What's up, everybody? I'm going to be showing you my crap strategy that I've been using for a while now, and I have a trip coming up that I'll be using it again, and I can post some of my results down below if y'all want, and y'all can make any comments down below and I'll read them. Any criticism of my strategy, anything that I'm leaving off, just let me know. I'm all ears. So with my strategy, it's going to be one of those that allows me to kind of get more bang for my buck. If I'm going to the casino, I know that whatever money I'm bringing, that money I can pretty much just toss away and never see it again. But when it comes to games that I really enjoy, like craps, I do want to get kind of more bang for my buck. I want to be there quite a while. So I want to stretch out my money as much as possible. So this kind of betting strategy that I have, kind of different from the others that I've seen on YouTube. This is not going to be a way to win thousands of dollars or anything like that, but it is a way to gradually increase our balance while limiting the amount of money that we lose. So that's kind of the critical thing on this little betting strategy. So first off, I'm needing the point to be set. So I'm not going to play the don't pass or pass line. I just find that I burn through a lot of money chasing on don't pass, pass line. I know my odds are best in the don't pass, but I end up getting on with those hot shooters that are rolling 7 and 11s when the point's not set, and I'm just losing right and left on this don't pass. So you're at a very big disadvantage at first, and then after you're fine. But I'd rather not risk it with this. I know that I'm losing my odds, but if I can show you, I can place odds somewhere else, and that would be up here. So let's go ahead and establish the point, and it is a 6. Now this second bet is the most critical of my strategy. It's the one where I'm going to be risking the most amount of money. Now, I'm not a big gambler by any means, so you can modify this however you need to, but realistically in the casino, I'm going to be throwing down a $25 chip on the don't come. So I'm going to be playing $25, and right now I have $25 at risk on this next roll. And this is going to be the most I'll have at risk on one particular roll at one particular time. So this is a very critical that I get something 4 through 10 out here instead of a 7 or 11. Now I could hedge it, but really what's the point? I'm going to end up losing more money hedging against an 11 so that only a 7 will beat me here. I'm going to end up losing more money right there, and it is only $25. I can easily lose $25 in a hand of blackjack. So we're going to risk it. We're going to roll, and we get a 10. So our don't come bet moves all the way to the 10, and now this is where my strategy comes into play. I want anything but a 10 to win money. So how I'm going to do that is kind of an iron cross type combination right here. So I'm going to get our 5, 6, and 8. I'm going to place 5, 6, and 8, $6 on this, and I'm going to place $5 on the field. So that makes our iron cross right there. But if you count, right now what I have at risk is not actually a lot. If I roll a 7 right now, this $25 covers all my bets that I just made right here. So I have, let's see, $22, and this is $25. So I make $3 even if a 7 rolls. But I can increase that if I put a $5 come bet. Now if a 7 rolls, I can actually win this come bet and win the $25. But this come bet is very critical to this because this is where I'm going to get the advantage of my odds bet. I have to get this come bet established. These place bets are just there so that I can win money the first time that they're set, and then the come bet will travel, and then we'll make the odds bet. So let's run through this and see how we do. So with this, 8 rolls, our place bet hits. We win $7 right there. I'm going to use that $7 and I'm going to push it onto my odds. And I'm going to reload my field income bet. And now this is where I want to hit. This is where the money is to be made on this betting strategy. Is going to be on these odds bets. Now I am just doing $5 odds bet. You can do more. You can max it out, $25 max right here. But I do want to limit the amount of money I have at risk. So right now I'm still only risking, let's see, $26. So I'm risking $26. If a 7 hits, but I am going to win $30 if a 7 hits off my don't come and come bet. So I still win even if a 7 rolls. The only thing I don't want to hit is a 10. So let's play through this. And excellent, we win that odds bet. So we win $11 right there. So we're going to use that and just establish our common field again and reload. So when we hit our place bets, I'm going to be moving that place bet to the odds and keeping the rest. And 6, and that was the point. So now you can see that our odds bets and our place bets are automatically off. I would highly suggest that you just leave them off for the come out roll, and this is where we would like a 7 so that we can easily win that $25 right there, but we get a 4. So now let's reestablish. Let's move this right there. Sorry, that should be $6 odd bet on the 5, and we're good to go. Let's keep rolling. Win $14 right there, and this is where you can just sit back and let the money flow in. So this is very gradual money, and we 7 out. So even with all that, we end up about $24 ahead, which again, as I remind you, this is a gradual system. So I protect my money out there, and that don't come protects me against the 7. So let's reestablish this. And okay, so let's throw $25 chip out there. Oh, and that will happen sometimes. 3 is automatic winner. Okay, we're back on a 10. So let's put $5 right here. Place bets. Alright, we're good to go. Alright, so we win on our 5. Do that. Reload here. And if you want to maximize your earnings on these, especially if it's a pretty choppy table, you can limit the amount of odds that you have up here. You do not necessarily have to put odds on every single time. If you win on your odds, you might want to take them down so that you can keep your earnings. But if you get a hot shooter it's of course best to leave your odds up there so that you can win the most. So point was set. Let's establish the point again. That brings that off. That's okay. And let's put odds on our 9, $6 odds, and we are good to go. So we hit our 8. So this is a pretty hot shooter, and we're going to kind of capitalize on that. So let's keep it going. 12s are excellent because we get paid triple on the field for 12s, and we win $11 right there. We could put more odds up there, but we don't know how long this run's going to last. So we can hit a 7 at any moment. This is going to be a pretty good roll so far. On 3s, you're going to kind of break even on your come and field bet. That's fine. And we end up actually getting the point right there. So that's good. And on the come out roll, you're not going to be able to put your bet on your come bet. So you can leave this. You can actually take off your field and establish the come out roll, and now you can just reload it back and go again. So this is a really great time to possibly bump up our odds. Say like on the 6 and 8, we're winning quite a bit, so pays off for us there. We can use house money on those odds bets, so they just keep hitting. Okay, 8's on fire right now. I'm going to bump that up. Okay, 6 hit. That's excellent. We just keep on with our odds. Our odds is what's going to be driving this home. So we just keep it going. And really the only thing that can stop us is a 10. So we can just keep on racking it up right here. And at any point I could take off this odds bet. So this is a pretty good roll. I'm already $163 up. I can still risk all of my odds up here, or I can hit clear. I can tell the dealer that I want off my odds and secure my winnings. So if I was to do that, you can see that I'm up $200 right here on a really hot roll. My come bets will have to stay out there, but we can just take our earnings, we can reset, put one-time odds on that, and just keep going. So this is pretty good little run right here. Again, we're just winning on that 6 and 8. I'm going to go ahead and bump that back up a little bit. All right. So this has been a pretty lucky run at this, and we're just going to kind of keep going on it. I want to show you what happens if my don't come gets hit. Okay, so that was a 7 out. Even with all that money on place bets right there, still capitalizing on this don't come and come bet. We're still pulling out $30 from all of this up here and ending up with a balance of $246. So I've been playing for about 14 minutes now and already up $246. So it's not going to make the most in a long run, but it's going to allow you to limit your losses. So really what I had at risk was that $25 on the don't come. And if that does hit, I want to show you what happens with this betting strategy if it does hit. So let's go again. That's going to happen. Your 11 hit right there. We lost. Okay, and this is the only thing that is the Achilles heel of this betting strategy is not getting off this don't come. So 7s and 11s will kill you right here. And once you're out there, now you can put a dagger out there and make the most of it. So right here we set this up. I'm not going to put a place bet if we have our don't come on it, just because if a 7 hits, I want to limit the amount of money I'm going to lose and maximize the money I'm going to gain, since a 7 is more likely to hit even with an against an 8. And again, if you are paranoid about this hitting, you can hedge it down here a couple of dollars, but again, you're going to be losing more times than you're gaining. So let me reset this, and let's see if our 8 gets hit. So 11s are great because they win on the come and the field. So quick $10 right there that you can now turn around and put on your odds bet. You're just using house money now. Okay, 11 again. We'll take it. Another 11. Okay, so here's where our 8 got knocked off. Any of our come bets are pretty much locked in. We have 3 come bets that are locked in. Our odds, we can easily take them off. And this is at the point where I'll tell the dealer I want off on my odds and my place bets. And he's just going to put a little black chip on these, telling everybody and the other dealers that they are off, not in the running. But on this program, I'm just going to go ahead and hit clear, and it'll show that I have 3 bets out there that are my come bets. And all I'm going to do after my don't come gets knocked, I'm just going to reload. I'm just going to pull off. I'm going to tell off on my place bets and odds. I'm going to come off my come and field if I have that established, and I'm just going to throw another $25 up there. And if this has already gone on for a pretty long roll, you can just set out and wait for that 7 to hit and then just go again. It's all personal preference. If you feel like the 7's not going to come early, then you can reestablish, but this is all just kind of up in the air. So you never know when a 7's going to hit. You might want to sit out or not. That's totally up to you. So we've already reestablished everything up here, so we're all good, and of course that hurts as well. So if we get hit twice, I recommend you set out, but if you want, you can go ahead and leave your money up here. You can take down your odds and limit your loss, but if you notice what we have established already is that even if our don't come gets hit, we're just in the iron cross. Now, we still win on every single number. The only difference is we now lose all of this on a 7. So you can either pull off your odds and your place bets and just let it run, or you can just put your $5 on the field, make sure that your 5, 6, and 8 are covered, and roll with it. So with this, our 8-1, we can reload it, or we can leave it off and just take our winnings and run. But we're up quite a bit so far. We're up $158, so I'm going to go ahead and risk it. So okay, so we now hit our number. So I'm going to go ahead and pull off our field bet, and with this new point, I'm going to go ahead and throw in and get this don't come back out there. Okay, so now our don't come is back out there, and now I'm just going to load up the bases again. So let's throw 6 on 8, and we're now just start over. So 5's hit. Okay, 12's, You win triple right there. We'll take the free money, and it of course will help against it getting hit. This roller has already rolled quite a bit. I'm going to go ahead and just keep with the iron cross type setup and just kind of roll with it until a 7 hits, or the point, and point established. So this is a pretty hot roller. I'm going to pull off my field bet, and 7 hit, and it kind of eliminates our come bet out there. Alright, so I'm just going to run through this a few more times, and if you have any questions or concerns about this type of strategy, you think I'm betting too much out there or not betting enough, you can just throw your comments down below, and just criticism of this is fine. But let's go through this again. I'm going to go ahead and pull off on these. I want to limit the least amount of money as possible, so I'm just risking $25. There it is. Okay, set that back up. Okay, and this is kind of the where if our don't come gets hit quite often, it might be the time to where I say I get up. I'm $135 up. That's a pretty good session for this, especially if you're playing like I am playing with $5 and $25 right here. This is a pretty good session to call it quits and pull off your place bets and wait for the 7 out or 8 to hit of your last $5. But pulling that off and just seeing that, okay, we lose that. So about 20 minutes of playing, you see that I lost quite of don't come bets. My $25 was just gone, but I was still able to keep maintaining this positive balance. So I leave with about $150 up, 20 minutes of gameplay. I'm pretty happy. I'll take it and move on to another game or set out and might come back later.